Let's start over because I was just talking muted. What is going on, everybody? The Rose here, alongside Casey is Raw and Kratos as always. This is Less Than Serious episode 72, and this episode almost didn't happen like what 4 times, and we finally got it on the road. But tonight we're going to talk about Twitter being rebranded as X. And while that has happened quite a few weeks ago, it's still something people are complaining about and posting memes about. So I figured, why not? Why not talk about it anyway? I want to talk about the 2023 football season, our preview and predictions. We'll also take a look at the scores from preseason week 1 in our discussion. And I found some classic TV commercials. These ones are going to be video game commercials because it's the first time I'm doing this. So I wanted to pick something that we are all mostly familiar with, and that is video games. So we're going to watch some classic commercials, we're going to react to them, and just have some fun, seeing some old school commercials that we haven't seen since we were kids. Or in Kratos' case, he might not have even been born yet. Because he's up from the 90s. So anyways, guys, what's up? I want to say what's going on to Casey's Raw. What's going on, bro?
I'm very sleepy right now.
Yeah, I can tell. What is going on to Tex? Tex is here. I'll be adding him in after we talk about Twitter. EJ's here. TSS is on, saying what's up, you guys. So, Casey, I know it's been a little while since we talked last. Something pretty devastating has happened to you a couple of weeks ago. How are you holding up, man, after a couple of weeks of your mom passing away?
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about when the last time, I had to, take care of this dog alone. I mean, he's, like, that's what's devastating around here. It's like, I have to take care of him. He wants just to be attached to me by the hip now. I can't have a life without this dog being right beside me anymore. So, no, I'm kidding. I'm doing alright. Just been busy with life and everything.
I mean, it does make sense, though, if the dog is, like, more attached to you now because you're the only one in the house. He probably doesn't understand where mommy went.
Yeah, plus Dixie, the other dog, because she's a Schnauzer. Schnauzers are a very high maintenance dog, and I don't have the time to give her the care she needs.
Right.
So, I gave her to my old neighbor because one, she loves Schnauzers, and plus the Schnauzers getting really old. So I was like, I can't handle cleaning up after 2 dogs when I get home from work.
I hope you gave the dog to a good home. That's all I can say.
Well, I would say stuff just to play around, but God forbid I make a joke,
Hey, text goes, Casey's leg has been Me Too'd by the dog. Oh, shit. Oh, man, it's good to know you're doing all right. I'm sure obviously life has certainly changed for you in quite a way. I'm glad you're doing all right, though.
Yeah, I'm good. There's just a lot of stuff is just changing, but I'm okay.
And Kratos, what are you doing, man? How's things been with you? It's been a few weeks since we talked. At least what, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, probably 4 weeks, close to it.
It's been a crazy week for me. Crazy couple of weeks.
So what have you been up to, man? Just working, living life, chilling?
Trying to live life. Being an all-around like asshole when it comes to like my health benefits that I finally got active. this morning, and I've been waiting for 2 weeks.
At least something was going positive for you.
Yep.
So, Rose, I want to jump in and give you my. I said this prediction last night on my own show. I already got Super Bowl pick winner.
You're just gonna jump the gun like that.
That's right. So
fuck tax. Fuck tax, right?
I got the inside scoop. The Cleveland Browns will be the Super Bowl winner.
Really?
Yes. They will just lose. I mean, they will just beat the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, Eminem ain't gonna be happy with that pick. I'll tell you what, though. Did you guys? I found some other weird, like, football news from this Daily Loud account. According to a Native American group, even wants the Washington Commanders be renamed the Redskins.
Again?
Actual Native American.
So why change it in the first place?
I mean, I'm shocked it took this long to do it, quite frankly. I mean, I don't see them actually canceling the Chiefs, but
they'll never cancel the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes makes way too much money for them. So does Andy Reid.
Eventually we'll all have to revert back to just the football team. It'd be the Dallas football team, so no one will get hurt. So that's where it will be from now on. You'll have two New York football teams, and that's what they will be called. You have New York football team and also the other New York football team.
Well, we'll get it. What's up?
About what Obama's older brother even said about him.
What?
Barack Obama's older brother, Malik Obama, calls him a snake and a bigot.
Not really a bigot. He said the F slur.
And that's who is he referring to here, though?
Obama, Barack, the former president.
Oh, really? He done said that word. We can't say that word on YouTube or Twitch. No, we'll get banned.
That's why I said F slur. That's why I didn't want to say it out loud.
Yeah, we can't say that word.
Monetized quick.
We can't say that word. You saw it on the screen, but we certainly can't say it. So yeah, we'll get back to the football talk in just a few minutes. We'll talk about the Twitter situation being rebranded as X, just simply X. That's it.
It's already banned in Indonesia.
This happened, of course. This happened as of July 24th, 2023. So it's a few weeks ago. The company says it plans to become an online messaging and payments hub. So what? They're going to be the next PayPal or something?
No, what they're saying is if you're verified and you have people sub to you, and your follower account also gets you like a cut of pay as long as you're paying Elon Musk is $8 a month.
Fucking loser.
Like he needs our $8 a month.
Right? Yeah, he only paid $45 billion to buy the platform. Like he needs our $8 a month.
And yet, I saw some screenshot. They made $92,000 on their payout from Twitter.
Well, I mean, if he gets paid,
this guy has like 20,000 followers or something. He made $92,000 and change.
That's it. Oh well, that's what happens when you change things so much and people want to leave your fucking platform. But we got the article pulled up here. The signature Bluebird perched atop social media platform Twitter, vanished on Sunday, again July 24th, as of a company rebrand under a new name, X. The revamp marks the latest change enacted by billionaire owner Elon Musk, who stepped down as CEO last month, but retained a permanent role in the company. A prominent role in the company, excuse me. Promising an AI-fueled expansion of the site's capabilities. X aims to follow the logo change with an ambitious foray into online hosting and video messaging, among other areas. CEO Linda Yaccarino said on Sunday. Now hold on a minute. Elon Musk almost didn't buy Twitter because of AI abuse and bots. But that he wants to use AI to run his fucking platform?
Supposedly, yes.
Fucking doesn't make sense to me. And I quote, she says, and I quote, "It is exceptionally rare thing in life or in business that you get a second chance to make another big impression," tweeted Yaccarino. I would imagine I said her name right. Who previously worked as an advertising executive at NBC Universal. Twitter made one massive impression and changed the way we communicate, she added. Now X will go further, transforming the global town square. No, you guys are just going to chase everybody away because you're changing everything to the point where a lot of people don't want to use your platform anymore and they're desperate to use something else. Only problem is there is no real competition for Twitter because as soon as somebody comes along, people jump on it, like flies on shit, and it lasts for about a week and then it starts to die out because they get bored of that too.
I mean, I got a Hive social account, but I ain't sharing that shit anymore.
Right, I have it, and I freaking hardly mention it either. You know why? Because I hardly use it, and you know why? Because I don't have a fucking website. So I could only use it on my freaking phone, and if I'm not on my phone when I want to use it, there's no point in using it.
I mean, here's how deep this whole X controversy has gone. Indonesia has blocked it completely countrywide, the website and app. I'm not joking, they blocked it under the context of Indonesian porn laws. I'm like, what? I'm just like, huh?
You said porn laws? I mean, well,
For Indonesia, they blocked X, formerly known as Twitter, under their porn laws for their country.
Because the letter X is usually associated with porn.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of nudity and porn on X now. Oh, on Twitter.
Download videos as long as you're verified on Twitter now. So expect a lot of guys to die while fapping to porn on X. They can download it for free.
That's been a thing. I mean, not the downloading thing, but posting that stuff has been a thing for a while.
Downloading the videos has become a thing as of Sunday, I believe. Either last Saturday or Sunday.
Tech says, "I look forward to the day when social media goes bye-bye." Remember when social media didn't exist in the first place and we all had to rely on fucking word of mouth or actually calling somebody to talk to them?
I still call people. I still call people.
Dude, I absolutely hate talking on the phone. I was on the phone with my old neighbor talking to me about my dog, and I was like, it was only 4 minutes. It felt like the longest 4 minutes of my life. I couldn't wait to get off the fucking phone because I'm a phone guy.
You know what I fucking hate doing?
Yeah.
Was when I'm on the phone. I'm sorry. I just want to tell you guys real quick. One thing I fucking hate about being on the phone is when you're talking on the phone and you're fucking doing this shit, and you're talking on the phone, and you're holding your fucking phone to your ear like this for like 20 fucking minutes because the person on the other end don't want to shut the fuck up. So you know what I do? I just hit the goddamn speakerphone button and do that. Hands free.
That's not a bad idea, but a lot of times, if I don't want to hear the person, but I just want to hear it from far earshot, I put it down until the person stops talking, and then, yeah, sure.
I just never like talking with my phone to my ear and I'm bending my fucking arm and I gotta hold it in this position to talk to somebody without other people hearing my conversation. It's fucking annoying.
And this thing is, I mean, I enjoy chatting with a lot of people, like with you guys and the people on my channel. Obviously, you know, people with Drew's old crew and everything. Like, I just absolutely hate the talking on the phone.
Now, to be fair, I do know headphones exist. I could plug headphones into my phone and do what I'm doing right now. But why should I have to go through that extra effort just to talk to someone on the phone when I could just fucking push a button or literally just tap the screen and just use speakerphone? Either way, I would prefer talking.
About your day so you can still hear them, but they can't hear you.
Oh, I was thinking about doing that. Hit the mute button.
I just prefer if I'm gonna talk to somebody, I could just fucking text, or I can talk, or I can talk like we're doing now, like on Skype or something, and I could still do something else and wear headphones at the same time because it makes more sense.
Yep. Now I've been saying this for a long time. And I agree with you, Tex, on your previous statement about the positives and negatives of social media has done more damage than it's helped. I for years have called Twitter, now known as X, the ultimate stalker app.
Right.
Called it the ultimate stalker app for years. Because if you have your if you have a tweet, send out a tweet and you actually have like geo mapping on for your tweet, people know where the hell you are based on your location because you have your location on the app.
Yeah, it'll even tell you like tweet. It'll even like tell you like Louisville, Kentucky, maybe, or at least it'll have the state where your tweet came from. Like, what the fuck?
If you tweet out something saying that you're at such and such restaurant, don't you think any fans you have in that area are gonna flock to that restaurant to get a picture with you and ruin your day?
Yeah. So basically, you gotta pay attention to your having your location settings turned off if you're a popular enough person. Otherwise, you're just going to dox yourself every time you go on the app.
Exactly. That's why anytime that setting is turned on, whenever I sign out and sign back in, and I have to update something in the terms and conditions, I make sure that that setting is turned off because I don't want anybody to come up to me that doesn't like me and just blast my ass while I'm having dinner with, say, my sister. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I understand. You know, you don't want to dox you don't want to dox yourself regardless of who you are online because you don't know who the hell's looking at your shit.
Well, I want to bring one thing up is that what's crazy. Well, think about it. You get notifications on your phone, and instead of one from my phone, anytime just X.
Yeah, right.
When X off.
Yeah, you don't even get the bird logo anymore. This is the bullshit you see on your fucking phone now. Let's see if I can get this. There you go. You can see it sort of.
I mean, if you save a photo,
and look at my fucking camera, the fucking X thing. Oh shit.
Well, there's many times my notifications will have 3 X's, so it's like, oh my god, the porn's attacking my phone.
Well, if you look at my phone screen right now, the X logo is literally the only one you can make out.
And by the way, I saw your interaction with Drew about like why people were popping up on the timeline.
Yeah, I know you liked it. Yeah, with the whole For You thing and
timeline. Then you have your following timeline.
Right.
And it's just bullshit.
I mean, Facebook kind of does that too, but they don't organize it into tabs, at least like they did.
As that.
I mean, Twitter's always done that.
Sport and everything else.
They've always done that though, but it's a lot more aggressive now. That's for sure. You see a lot more posts because now they're not called tweets anymore. You see a lot more posts by people you don't follow versus the people you follow, unless you're actually using the following tab. But let's get back to this article. Here. It says, for now, X is a rebranded Twitter, but the company on Sunday revealed plans to offer users a one-stop shop for many of their online needs. The aspiration was made public as long ago as last year. Days after acquiring Twitter in October, Musk tweeted, "Buying Twitter is an accelerant to creating X, the everything app." Taking a step closer, earlier this month, Musk launched an artificial intelligence company called XAI, vowing to develop a generative AI program that competes with established offerings like ChatGPT. Describing X's goals as unlimited interactivity, Yaccarino said on Sunday that the company plans to become a hub of online messaging and commerce. Powered by AI, X will connect us all in ways we've just beginning to imagine, Yaccarino said. The best example of what Musk means by an everything app is WeChat, a highly popular app in China that serves not only as a messaging and media sharing platform, but as a versatile tool in which users pay friends, purchase products, and book reservations, among other uses, analysts previously told ABC News. I could see that also being used for prostitution, given all the fucking NSFW shit that you can find on Twitter now. I see it everywhere. Down for hookup, meetup only, in call and out call. I see it. I get fucking spam messages all the time from that shit. I just delete them. Prostitution is illegal, of course, unless you live in Vegas.
Or Russia.
I don't think anything's fucking illegal in Russia anymore.
Exactly. I mean, here's the thing. You can basically have prostitution as your main job as long as you have a clean bill of health in Russia. That's their only requirement. Have a clean bill of health, and you can show off your tits and ass to anyone. Seriously.
So what exactly is why did Twitter rebrand as X? The rebrand arrives as a transition period and self-admitted financial difficulty for the company. Last month, Yaccarino took over as CEO, elevating her as a visible leader alongside Musk, who remains executive chairman and chief technology officer. Musk also serves as CEO of SpaceX. He likes the fucking letter X. He probably watches X videos and X Hamster all the time, too. Meanwhile, the company has lost 50% of its advertising revenue and faces a negative cash flow, meaning there's more money being spent on expenses than brought in through revenue, Musk tweeted earlier this month, or rather last month now, because it is now August. Prior to the acquisition by Musk, Twitter made the vast majority of revenue through advertising, but many large companies have pulled ads from the platform amidst what some have described as a rise of explicit and hateful content. Porn has been certainly on the rise on Twitter. Yes, I will still call it Twitter. In addition, X faces a new threat from ascendant social media platform Threads. No, it doesn't, because Threads is fucking already dead. Owned by Facebook parent company Meta. Threads reached 100 million users within a few days. Literally, like 80% of them dropped off about a week later, achieving a record as the fastest app ever to do so. By comparison, Twitter boasted 238 million users before Musk took the company private in October. The company sold in an earnings. Company said in an earnings report last year. So that's pretty much it. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Like, the logo looks fucking very basic. The logo looks like something a 5-year-old could have drawn up in like fucking 5 minutes.
The logo itself is actually a design from a font of an A.
And
Actually, it's a font, a random ass font that you can find online. People have been sharing that all over sharing that like comparison when it first got rebranded.
ladies and gentlemen, Kratos still has not changed his smoke alarm batteries.
No, I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me.
I want to know how this thing keeps beeping forever and the battery just doesn't just die. I mean,
it's been like this for 2 years, Casey. I don't know how it's not dead at this damn point.
I was gonna say those must be some long-lasting batteries.
It's a 9 volts. I'm surprised it's still active.
As I'm just scrolling through Twitter for a minute here. Yeah, so that's X. I brought it up here so you guys could literally just see it, and then I just started scrolling. So here's your stupid little logo. It's also on, obviously, the thumbnail. It looks very basic, very unoriginal, and it looks boring.
That, I mean, a major social media is not just down to one letter. It's kind of, I don't think it's unoriginal. It's kind of more of an original type of name. But I'm kind of thinking, I'm going to go one step over what EJ is saying. She said, do you guys think they're going to re-change the name again? And I think this is just like a short-term name until they'll think up a real new name for Twitter. This is their replacement right now. That's why I feel X is. Because they're like, well, we got to get rid of the Twitter name. Twitter is, God, how old is Twitter now? Like 15 years old now?
Something like that, yeah. It was 2007, right? I think Twitter first came out.
Oh, hey.
What's up, Frank?
Hey,
Smoke
Frank.
alarm in my bedroom went off for no reason at 2 a.m. a couple weeks ago. Still don't know why.
So I'm not the only one who's having problems with smoke alarms.
Maybe it was the ghost of Casey's mom that set it off.
Or maybe it's the ghost of my grandmother who passed away in this house.
But I still think...
True story, by the way.
I still think it's just a placeholder name for right now. I bet you money this is a placeholder name. But
I could see them changing it back, to be honest with you. Or maybe not back to Twitter, but definitely to something else.
What?
I said I could see them changing the name again, not back to Twitter, but to something else.
Oh no! I feel like he wants to get away from Twitter because it's 15 years old name. Like,
so Facebook's how old at this point? It still goes Facebook.
I'm saying he bought the company and moved it to private, so he probably wants to rebrand the name. I mean, I think I had no problem just calling it X, but
I don't
the
either. I just
problem
think it's a
is,
dumb name, so I'm just gonna call it Twitter because that's what it is.
but like honestly, it's like, hey, I'll catch you on X. Is
Wait,
like, hey,
they're gonna going to assume porn though. When you say like, oh, y'all catch you on X, I'm like, what type of X? X as in porn or X as in ecstasy, the drug?
Let's see.
or
I'm gonna type the letter X into Google and see what the first thing is that pops up. The first thing that pops up is actually a movie called X that came out last year on IMDb. Twitter is not even number one on Google under the letter X.
and you gotta remember, X is the Roman numeral for 10, so there's X means a different.
That made me so good. That made me so good. Oh yeah.
There's X the band. There's X the Moonshot Factory. United States Steel Corporation X stock. Yahoo Finance. Apple X on the App Store. Twitter is there, but it ain't number one. It's a movie. That's number one on Google under the letter X.
I mean, I don't think it's
Chat, I
bad.
sent you a Frank, I know you can chat. I sent you a IMDb link for the new Crow movie supposedly coming out next year now. It's in post production.
Musk wants to make Twitter and everything app. Yeah, we read that in the article.
Well, in this new Crow movie, I know who's the main lead. It's
Yeah,
Sting.
it's Skarsgård. Freaking
No.
Penguin.
Sting the wrestler is going to be Crow.
You're funny.
Only Casey could come up with something like that.
Got that
Sting.
from that movie to have that face paint, right?
What about Sting's position? What about that?
The thing is,
Face
Scott
paint.
Hall told Steve Borden about that movie. That's how I get inspiration for the black and white face paint to begin with back in the 90s. He asked him, have you seen the movie Crow?
Yeah.
That's where the inspiration for the Crow Sting character in 96, 97.
And the evolution was from the second Nolan Batman movie with the Joker Sting. And I thought that was the great evolution of Sting. I just wish they kept it going, like maybe in the WWE. I would love to see a Joker Sting in WWE.
At his age, probably not. 'Cause they probably like book him in the shit like they did DDP.
So the whole X thing, at the end of the day, I guess I really don't care. I'm just gonna still call it Twitter. That's just, to me, it's just Twitter. I think X is a stupid name, to be honest with you.
It is.
Well, people's gonna think it's both ways. X, Twitter, whatever. I'm like, it's easier to say Twitter because you know exactly what you're talking about than X. That could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I see. The thing is, the app that I use for doing my edits on my video, like I like to promote my Twitter on some of my gameplay. So they don't have an icon of X like that. So I had to find something, kind of actually a cooler version of X. So, but eventually, they'll have that logo on there. So I
I don't trust people on X anyway, so I'm happy. I have a lot of issues with Twitter being called X. Because I get a bunch of sex bots from pretending to be people from different countries following me out of the blue.
I,
And then by the time like Twitter catches on that they're a bot, they're gone out of my follower feed by then.
well, I I kind of like Twitter and X because I mean I'm not gonna lie, it's nice to see a good pair of tits. So
Casey, you can look up any porn site and see that.
I had 8 new followers in the past 3 days, and they've all either created their account last month or in June.
Right?
So I'm like, first off, I know these people are bots because most of them had 0 posts or 0 to 1 post. I'm like, okay, block, no follow back for you. Block, no follow back for you. Goodbye, piss off.
you know, I get all these beautiful women follow me on Twitter all the time.
Bots. It's probably all bots.
Pay attention to when they made their account, Casey. Seriously, because you might be scammed out of your money.
Well, that's why you just don't give them any.
Well, I mean, are you saying these beautiful women that they send me friend requests all the time, and they say the same thing in the chat? Each one of them talks the same way. Are you saying these are all bots? I mean, these people
Possibly, yeah.
These people has feelings, Kratos. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
Listen to this guy getting all defensive over here.
I got catfished in 2020 by somebody pretending to be Sabrina Nicole.
well, I mean, when someone,
the Playboy bunny, Sabrina Nicole, mind you.
well, when someone has a female name and then 9 different numbers right behind that name, I mean, you gotta trust that name, right? I mean, that's definitely not a bot.
No.
I mean, definitely not a bot. But I kind of like. I'm gonna still say that XR. TSS says Casey's the same guys that believes those ads says local MILFs in your area. Hold on. Maybe they are. I mean, are you saying there's no local MILFs in my area? I mean, I beg to differ, TSS. I think there are MILFs in my local area. So, I mean, maybe they're telling the truth.
Why? Casey.
Why would you want to go for someone who already had kids with someone else, personally?
Well, I'm at the age now where I can't be too
It would be
picky.
okay if the kids were in college, but or either already in college at this point. But my God, I'm not going to date someone who's considered a MILF in their 40s. So, no.
I mean, damn, you really went there, didn't you, Kratos?
Well, I mean, maybe I could, discipline discipline these kids.
You better watch yourself, boy.
Oh, yeah. I recently saw a post about this. Black father getting backlash for disciplining his daughter because she was twerking while he was twerking in the house. I'm like, this kid's 6 years old. Why the hell is she twerking to begin with? And yet everyone's giving this guy heat because he clipped her on the ear with the back of his hand. I'm like, so? If that were my kid, I'd do the same fucking thing. Nope. No kid that young should be doing any twerking in the house in my presence. Seriously.
Tex says I cannot get laid if I had $100 bill hanging out in my pocket. Like, I mean, I beg to differ. I think that would make me even look better if I had
Just
$100.
find someone you can't hear and you'll be fine.
I mean, I could pull like what most people do. You have 100, and then you have it wrapped around a row of ones.
No.
So, where it makes you seem like you have a bunch of hundreds. So, I mean,
I'll tell you one thing. I have a friend who's in her 20s. She's a MILF. She's in her 20s. She'll be 30. I think she's already 30 now. Shit. Fuck. Either way. She's hard of hearing. Personally, she needs a place to stay. I need her to fuck out of St. Louis. There goes my location right there. Shit. Hey, you want to give her a place to stay? You got free black poontang right there. Case closed. And I'm not joking. She is black and deaf.
well,
So she won't understand a fucking word you're saying to her.
is she blind too?
No, she can sing.
Ah, fuck. I mean, my dream woman is that not only she's blind, she's deaf too. So, I mean, that's my dream girl. And
Yep, Jesus Christ.
and not only that she has a huge rack of tits.
All right, you horny bastard.
EJ, my friend has no hearing. She can't hear, period. She only speaks in sign language. Yes, I know sign language, EJ.
I mean, you'd have to. If
I
you
know
talk to
sign
her.
language. But I learned it from this girl to begin with. Because I've known her since 4th grade.
All right, so you guys want to talk some football? 'Cause I'm feeling like talking some football.
All right, then is
All right.
Tex join on this one?
If Tex is ready, he could join in. I also invited Frank if he wants to join in.
If we're lucky,
I wonder if they'll be interested in the Michael Orr situation since we're talking about football.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I have that to bring up too. We'll talk about the season predictions first. So Tex is ready to come on. If Frank wants to come on. I don't have Frank on my thing on Skype though, so someone else would have to add him.
well, I mean, that's if Frank decides to grace his presence with us peasants.
Well, it's like I said. I invited him on. He's in the chat, so if he wants to come on, he can. But Tex said he'll be coming on, so if he's ready,
Yep.
then yeah, all right. I'll add him right now. He just asked me if I added him, so I'll add Tex right now. There we go.
Dislike?
Who's disliking what?
Oh, nothing. Nothing.
I added him. It's loading on his end.
Well, you gotta. Tex does have like 20 Skype numbers, so you gotta make sure it's the current one.
It's the one he texted me on, the Tex 1836 one.
Oh, I love your Back to the Future sunglasses.
Oh, you got my glasses?
Yeah.
Something fishy is going on here, Casey.
Well, I normally wear my green ones, but they broke, so I got the white ones.
Where do you get those at? Those are actually pretty
Store.
cool. Huh?
Just regular stores. It's just an 80s style glasses. But, I've got them in. I've got them in red, maroon, white, and I had green, but green broke, so I just have the others. So.
They look pretty badass, though.
Nice.
Well, I like them because I can see more. There's not like the line in the middle where it blocks. So I don't know.
So it's been going on,
It's my
Tex.
style.
Been a little while since we talked for,
Oh, not much. Just trying not to die. It's been like 110 degrees for like a month, so trying not to.
Texas is fucking
We just
sizzling.
got out of 100-degree weather last month in STL myself.
Dude, it's been over 100 every day for like 40 something days down here. Like it's ridiculous.
We've
Yeah.
up here in Oklahoma, we finally had a break in the 100-degree weathers. So the last 2 days, I'm not trying to make a big deal about it, but it's been nice. And it was in the 80s, but it was still like, oh my god, not 100 degrees anymore for right now.
It's only hit 100
Right.
degrees in New Jersey 3 times this summer, thankfully.
It hit at least
Right.
100 at least 6 times in July in St. Louis.
So I pulled
Well,
up.
I know.
The 4th of July weekend.
So I
Well,
pulled.
I know Rose wanted to talk some football, so I figured I would come on here and give y'all some street cred for football talk because Casey's kind of when it comes to football. He's not exactly the
I honestly think the Cleveland Steamer Browns will win
That's
the
exactly why I
Yeah.
invited you, Tex, because I knew I was
No.
going to need some more help.
I did change. I decided to change my predictions. I think I did bring this up yesterday, but I feel that the Houston Oilers will take on the Dallas Texans in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wake up, Casey. It's not the 1980s anymore.
Like I said,
Super Bowl.
I can't wait to go back. You're gonna have to go back to the '60s to watch those two play in Dallas. But that's what it is. But obviously it's the football season coming up. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Both college and pro. I prefer college football over pro, but I love both. So Rose had messaged me this morning about coming on to chat with you gentlemen. So here I am. So let's do this thing.
So we got, of course, the Derailed and Friends free football league that has been opened up by Tex this year. And we have the $25 pay league that Frank has opened up this year to Derailed and Friends as well. That I've joined both. I have two sets of predictions here. It's going to cover the win-loss records of every team, as well as the playoff seedings and whatnot. I have USA Today's predictions, and I have CBS Sports predictions, and we'll also take a look at the scores from preseason week 1, and we'll give our takes based on how week 1 of preseason went. So
Let me say one thing before we start.
go ahead.
Are we all in agreement that the way the playoffs are set up now just fucking sucks in the NFL? With the bracket stuff
It's what
they have now.
14. It's what 14 teams now, or is it still 12? I don't remember how they did it last year.
It's up to 14.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's-
That's a little too much.
They have the number 1 seed only getting the bye week and not the number 2 seed.
Right. And it's only, and you think it's only 2 teams short of being half the league making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, preseason is good to get the people, the other strings getting ready, but
It also determines who makes the team as well.
Not only that, but it needs to go back to being 4 weeks. I think 3 weeks is not long enough. As we've seen last season, a lot of players were getting hurt early on because I feel like it wasn't long enough. Like they didn't get enough reps in.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't need. I don't even think you need 3 weeks of preseason. These people have been in camp for over a month now. They know.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly say, at max, 2 preseason games because most of your stars don't even play the preseason anyway.
Right.
And even if they do, even if your stars are going out there, it might be for one drive and you're pulling them because you don't want anybody hurt. So you're just playing a bunch of rookies that half of them are going to be selling used cars because they're cut from whatever team they were playing on. So
On the practice squad for
realistic,
God knows how long.
yeah, or some of them get to go to the taxi squad or the whatever. But we don't need, prior to this season, we didn't need 4 preseason games. It was unnecessary. It was. I like that we're down to 3, but honestly, I'd like to see us get down to 1. Now they're not going to do that because of money. But
maybe 3's good, but 4 by 4, you're like, okay, I'm ready for the regular season, to start. Like right at 3.
I mean, I see your point, but I don't know. I've always just been used to it being fucking 4 games. But I have, since we're talking about preseason, I guess we'll go over the scores first, and then we can go over the predictions that they gave, and we can give our own predictions. So, week 1 of preseason kicked off last Thursday on the 10th. The Texans went over the Patriots 20-9. The Vikings fell to the Seahawks 24-13. Packers beating up on the Bengals 35-19. Falcons defeated, of course, my Dolphins, great, 19-3. Steelers beating the Buccaneers 27-17. The Lions in a close game with the Giants. Lions went out 21-16. The Commanders win 17-15 over the Browns in an even closer game. Closer still.
For just fucking names.
Right?
Well, there's a story about that. I don't know if you heard, Tex, that like the Commanders have been demanded by an actual Native American group to be renamed the Redskins.
I think Drew gave it the best names. The Washington no names. I prefer that.
I mean, that's what they were technically for a year.
Mm-hmm.
No. They're not. Okay, I'm sure you have seen the famous guys that would go to Redskin games wearing pig masks. Like, do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
They should have been the Washington Warthogs. Is what they should have been. That would have been actually a cool name. You could have got like a cool, mean-looking pig mascot.
That's not a
kind of
bad
like the
name.
Arkansas Razorbacks have.
That's
That
not a
could have
bad
been
name at
cool.
all.
That's what they should have.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what they should have been. They should have been the Washington Warthogs. You could have got some like big pig with tusks, like huge, curled up tusks or something. It would have been a cool logo. Would have looked good on a T-shirt. It would have been great. But no, they're the Commanders. But it is what it is.
I'll tell you what, though. I like my name for the Cleveland Browns that I just said a few minutes ago that nobody really noticed because I literally called them the Cleveland Steamer Browns. Just change your logo to a giant piece of shit emoji.
Well, you figure, God, when they came back in the league in '99, it's been 24 years. You figure by now they would have a good season, or a couple, 2, 3, 4 good seasons, right? Like, how long do you really need to build a good team? Like,
the Cleveland Steamer Browns haven't been great since Jim Brown was playing football in the 70s.
I think it's only fair if we're going to have a team called the Cleveland Browns, we should have a team called like the Wichita Whites. Something white. Pick a town, we have a Whites. So, for opening weekend, we have welcome everybody. This is NFL Week 1 season opener. It's the Whites versus the Browns on Fox. Could you see that? How great would that be?
Well, if that's the case, they might as well change their name to the Cleveland Blacks. It just sound even better.
And it's even better because all of the Whites fans in the chat are screaming, "White power, white power!"
No.
White power. It would just be tremendous. I mean, it was just, oh, it was just be so good. I would have to buy a Wichita Whites jersey. Even though I'm a Cowboy fan, I would buy a jersey just to support. But
Oh no.
Would you transfer your fandom to the Wichita White people?
Well, no. It's just the Wichita Whites. We're just a color. We're just like brown. We're not people. We're just a color here. So we're not racist. We really love white. See, I'm already wearing white sunglasses. It's all good. I'm already on the team. We're just a color. That's all we are. So it's fine. You know, So it's just we'll figure it out.
Oh my god.
So let's say, could I say go Whitey? Would that not be
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You could say go Whitey, and then you could also say get out of here, Brownie, because you're playing the Browns. So we're just talking about colors, not people. Colors on just like a Crayola box, they're all there.
All right.
So that's all we're talking about. So it's fine. It's not racist. It's only racist if you make it racist.
And
so
just
if
to
you're
be-
offended right now, you're the problem.
And just to be on the safe side, the whites would have brown people on the team, and the Browns would have white people on the team.
Oh yeah, no. They must have a brown quarterback just to even things out. They must have one. That needs to be a rule.
Strangely enough, the Wichita Whites will probably have more black people on the team than
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. We would, no. The Wichita Whites would have nothing but Native Americans on their team. That's what they would have. Since we got rid of the Redskins, right, we have to give them something. So the Wichita Whites hired nothing but Native Americans. That's all that they hired. So it'll be great.
It'd be a great name for a Toronto NFL team. Toronto Mounties, and it's nothing but cops on the team.
There you go.
What did they eventually change the Cleveland Indians to? I know they had
It was
Guardians.
the Guardians.
The Guardians.
They're the Cleveland Guardians now.
Oh God, that's just as bad as the Commanders.
Yes, it is.
It is. But either way, so Rose, how do you want to do your predictions here, my friend? Well, what's your plan?
So, we got a few more scores to go over here. Going over week one's preseason week one. Cardinals edged out the Broncos 18-17, which I heard the Broncos lost that game within like the last 4 seconds of the game. My brother's a Broncos fan, so he told me about that one. The Titans fell to the Bears 23-17. The Colts lost to the Bills 23-19. The Jets destroyed the Patriots. The Panthers 27-0, and probably the biggest blowout of the week. The Jaguars won 28-23 over the Cowboys. The Eagles just barely lost over the Ravens 20-19, and the Chargers doubled their score over the Rams 34-17.
As they should.
And two more scores, 26-24. See the Saints over the Chiefs rather, and 34-7. So technically, this would be tied for the biggest blowout of the week. The Raiders over the 49ers.
Wow.
So, knowing that, like I said, now I have USA Today and I have CBS Sports. We're going to go over their predictions, their win-loss records, and their playoff predictions. Because USA Today at least has their seeding order too in the playoffs. So they have in the NFC East and on the NFC side, the Philadelphia Eagles will be the number 1 seed, winning out 12-5. The Cowboys would be the 6th seed, finishing the season 9-8. The Commanders won't make the playoffs, finishing the season 7-10. The Giants will finish the season 6-11. Again, these are all predictions. It's not true. The Lions will make the playoffs as the 3rd seed, going out 11-6. The Bears will finish 7-10. The Packers will also finish 7-10. Vikings 7-10. In the NFC South, the 4th seed will go to the Saints, who will go 9-8 in the season. 9-8 as well for the Falcons. They will take the 7th seed. The Panthers will finish 7-10. The Buccaneers will finish 5-12 now that they don't have Brady because he officially retired. The 49ers will take the number 2 seed, going 11-6. The 5th seed will go to the Seahawks, who will finish out 7-10, or 10-7 rather. That is the Rams will finish 7-10. And the Cardinals, with the worst record yet, will are predicted to go 2-15.
Wow.
On the AFC side, the number one seed they're predicting is the Bills at 13-4. The Jets will go 12-5 with the fifth seed. The Dolphins will get the seventh seed, barely making the playoffs at 11-6. Which 11-6 for a Dolphins football team that has been hanging around and scrappy over the past couple of years, 11-6 ain't bad. The Patriots will finish 7-10 and not make the playoffs. So USA Today is predicting the AFC East will make the playoffs except for the Patriots. The Bengals will go 12-5 and take the second seed. The sixth seed will go to the Ravens at 11-6. The Pittsburgh Steelers will go 11-6 but not make the playoffs. The Browns will finish 10-7. The Jaguars will finish 10-7 and take the fourth seed. Titans will finish 8-9. The Texans will finish 6-11. The Colts will go 4-13. The number 3 seed will go to the Chiefs at 11-6. The Broncos will fall again and fail to make the playoffs, going 10-7. The Chargers will finish 7-10. And the Raiders will finish 3-14. The playoff, their prediction will be the wild card: 49ers, Falcons, Lions, Cowboys, Seahawks, and Saints. They are predicting the 49ers will beat the Falcons, the Lions will beat the Cowboys, the Seahawks will beat the Saints. In the divisional game, they are predicting the Lions will beat the 49ers, the Eagles will beat the Seahawks, and USA Today predicts the Eagles in the Super Bowl. On the AFC side of things, they're predicting that the Bengals defeat the Dolphins. In the wild card games, the Chiefs will go over the Ravens, and the Jets will beat the Jaguars. The divisional round will see the Bengals going over the Chiefs, the Jets over the Bills, which I don't see that happening. And they are predicting the Jets will make the Super Bowl, making it the Eagles versus the New York Jets, and they are predicting the Eagles will win the Super Bowl.
No.
Now, we have CBS Sports. Now, this is their predictions. Now, this is going in order by team name. So, A to Z. CBS Sports predicts the Cardinals to go 3-14. The Falcons to go 10-7. Ravens at 12-5. The Buffalo Bills at 12-5. Panthers at 8-9. The Bears at 6-11. Bengals at 13-4. Browns at 7-10. Cowboys at 10-7. Broncos at 9-8. Lions 10-7. Packers 6-11. Texans will finish 7-10. The Colts will finish 4-13. The Jaguars will finish 11-6. The Chiefs will finish 14-3. The Raiders at 7-10. Rams at 9-8. Chargers at 8-9. I still am a little annoyed that the Chargers went to LA and they're no longer where they used to be. San Diego, right? Miami is being predicted to finish at 8-9, which is quite the difference between 11-6 and 8-9. So, personally, I like USA Today's prediction a little bit more. The Vikings will also finish 8-9. Patriots at 9-8. The Saints at 7-10. Giants 9-8. Jets 10-7. Philadelphia Eagles at 10-7. Steelers 9-8. 49ers 12-5. Seahawks 9-8. Tampa Bay Bucks at 5-12. Titans 6-11. Commanders 6-11, and that is your record predictions. Now they don't have a playoff prediction on CBS Sports, so as far as the playoffs go, we can only go by USA Today because they're the only ones that predicted all the way to the end of the season. So I guess Casey, since you're probably the least experienced football fan here as of recent years.
Hey, least experience. I mean,
I said in recent years.
Okay.
Who do you think will be making the playoffs? And who do you think wins the Super Bowl?
Well, one of them is going to be the Oklahoma Outlaws from the AFL.
God damn
Pretty
it,
sure
Casey.
I mean, they'll come
The
out.
Oklahoma Outlaws have meth in the Gatorade cooler on the side of the field. That's how they win the game.
Oh, God.
And then I'm thinking like the New York Hitmen from the XFL division.
God damn it, Casey.
Damn it, Casey.
This is why I'm here, people, because of that guy.
I knew I would need help.
And then it's going to go. Honestly, we got to have the Houston Oilers to be there, and also the Dallas Texans, so they can eventually meet up and go face and face where the Dallas Texans will win this year's Super Bowl. Or next, I guess, 2024 Super Bowl.
Well, this season's Super Bowl, just put it that way.
This season.
God damn it, Casey. Well, feel free to give us real predictions now.
Go
What
ahead,
are you
Craig.
talking about?
I think that Cleveland Browns will be right down in the bottom of the barrel with the Arizona Cardinals, where they both should be at this point. And I also believe that I think this may be the year that the Buffalo Bills finally win a damn Super Bowl.
You think so? I mean, I thought they were going to win it last year, but they choked. I mean, then again, they almost lost to the Dolphins in the playoffs, so that would have been one hell of an upset.
You can see like two dark horses in the Super Bowl in the Buffalo Bills and Detroit Lions. As far as I know, both teams have never won a Super Bowl.
So you're going to predict the Bills and the Lions in the Super Bowl. Who would you pick to go over?
Bills.
The
Because they're
Bills?
0-4 currently.
Hang on, you think the Lions are going to get past Dallas, 49ers, and the Eagles to get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Yeah.
On what? Like, give me some reasons why. That is, to even go over one of those teams would be astronomical for the Lions, but all three, I'm going to need reasoning on that one.
Well, let's see. Lions have been, as far as I know, rebuilding their offense as of late. And then, the defense could use a bit of work as well, but the offense is where they needed a lot of work in recent years. Ever since they lost a bunch of key players in Matthew Stafford, who else was on that team? Who was? I forget the name of that fucking wide receiver that was on their team for
Kevin
years.
Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he retire?
I believe so. I'm not for sure.
Yeah. So I think they're going to have to rebuild their offense to even have a chance at those three.
Hell,
They're working
even
on
the
that.
Vikings won 13 games last year within their own division. You really think they can top Vikings, Cowboys, Niners, and Eagles all to get to the Super Bowl? That's a bold prediction. I mean, if it comes true, you're going to look like a genius. But I think that's a bit too much. You're biting off.
I've always been an underdog story type of guy, okay? And those two are the
I
good
respect it.
underdogs going into this season. Because no one would have. Who would expect the Lions or the Bills to be in the Super Bowl? No one. Everyone knows.
I think a lot of
Lions-
people expect the Bills to be in the Super Bowl.
I think I would even expect the Bills to be in the Super Bowl, to be honest.
Do you think they're going to repeat the same they did with the repeat history back in the '90s, where they'll go to the four Super Bowls.
Where they lose multiple ones back to back.
Yep.
I think
It's possible.
as long as they don't have a New York Giants Super Bowl 20 reenactment where the game-winning field goal goes wide right, or was it left?
Either way, he missed.
To win the game, that will be their crowning moment as finally they won the big one for the Bills.
Well, my team in the AFC East, so I say fuck the Bills and fuck the Bills Mafia. I don't want to see that happen, but I'm pretty sure it will eventually.
Well,
I'm gonna say the Bills are definitely making the playoffs. I think the Bengals are gonna get in. I think the Steelers might get in this year. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna throw my Dolphins in there. Say they make it. I think the Chiefs will make it again. The Jaguars were an interesting team last year, but I don't know. Like the AFC South is just a sad division, in my opinion. I'm going to say for that division, it's going to be a toss-up between the Titans and the Jaguars, in my opinion. I don't really know who would win that division, but I think the Chiefs will get in. It looks like the AFC West is looking pretty sad, too, based on these predictions. But, so I'm going to say the Bills, Dolphins, Steelers, Bengals get in. That's 4. The Chiefs 5. I'm gonna fuck it. You know what? I'll say Tennessee gets in, and I'll say the Jaguars both get in. On the NFC side, I would say the Eagles for sure. The Cowboys always seem to make the playoffs somehow. So I'll give them a spot in the playoffs. The Packers are usually a good team, but I don't know. Now they don't have Rodgers anymore, so
the Packers are starting over with that fresh quarterback. They're not making playoffs this year.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think so either.
Isn't like Aaron Rodgers with the Jets now or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
How old was Rodgers anyways? Wasn't it? I think he's
40s, actually.
I think he's 40s, isn't it?
The Lions weren't bad last year. I think they can make the playoffs. Trying to think of else. I think the Falcons might make the playoffs. The Bucks don't have a shot in hell now without Brady.
Oh, definitely not.
49ers, I think, will make it. The Seahawks will make it. The Rams maybe could make it if they have a good season. So I'm gonna say I'll say the Rams can get in. Seahawks, 49ers, it's 3. Falcons would be 4. What else did I say? The Lions would be 5, and the Eagles and the Cowboys would be 6 and 7. And I want to say it's interesting to think of who can make the Super Bowl, because I mean there was a lot of teams last year that were close to doing it. I could see the Bills making it. I could see the fucking Bengals making it. Hell, if Aaron Rodgers has one hell of a season with the fucking Jets and they make the playoffs, I could see them making the Super Bowl somehow. I don't think it's likely, but it's possible.
I mean, I remember back in the day where, not back in the day, but in the 2000s, where the Jets were making that good strides to the AFL championship. Was it? God, who?
In the AFC.
That was.
Yes. Did I say?
You said
the AFL.
And you said AFL.
Oh,
AFL.
They said the AFL ended some time ago.
Who said the quarterback for the Jets at that time when they went to a couple?
Probably talking about Chad Penny.
No, this is not even. This is not Chad Pennington at that time.
Benny
Okay.
Testaverde?
Yeah, I was going to say Testaverde maybe.
That's even further back. No, this is. I'm trying to think of some. I can't remember the quarterback, but it's a quarterback they didn't take serious. But some like Latino guy. I'm trying to remember what's his name.
Latino Heat.
Can't think of it, but that's the last time Jets really did anything. Really, was in the 2000. No, not Joe Namath. And I'm shocked that Joe Namath is still alive. By the way,
Jesus.
like, how's this guy who played in Super Bowl III is still here?
That's because you haven't gotten
You
to him
haven't
yet,
killed him
Casey.
yet.
I was just was saying that.
Oh, he's on the list for
Oh
sure.
shit.
Oh,
So
He-
everybody needs to watch out for Broadway Joe. Huh? You gonna kick the bucket here pretty
he
soon?
get murdered. I mean,
Oh, come on.
I mean, in Minecraft. In Minecraft, right?
Well,
You watch
to kind of get Casey out of this jam, I'll go ahead.
Hold on, Tex. Hold
I
on,
didn't.
Tex.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that my Dolphins win at least one round this year in the playoffs. I think they'll get at least out of the wild card, but they'll probably lose the divisional round. I'm gonna say it's either gonna come down to the Bills or the Bengals in the Super Bowl against either the 49ers or the Eagles. As
Yeah,
for
That's pretty safe.
I don't think they'll making the Super Bowl.
as for a winner,
With all the hype behind them, I don't see them making the Super Bowl.
I could see the Bills winning it, but probably not the Bengals. I could see the Eagles or the 49ers winning it if they both have, really good seasons. Either way, I think most likely the Bills are definitely making it this year.
If the Bills make it, that means the Madden curse will not come after Josh Allen for one this season.
The Madden curse is bullcrap. That's it. That's so old. Last year on the cover was Brady and Patrick Mahomes were on the cover, and the Chiefs won the freaking Super Bowl.
Wasn't it? I thought that was 21.
No, it was 23. It was
Put on
23.
JSP.
Yeah, no, the Madden curse. I don't.
Not for years at this point.
First doesn't have to be about someone's like going to the Super Bowl and win. A lot of times it's injury related. It could be anything nowadays. I mean, maybe
Right.
Madden curse got started because Michael Vick went to jail for dog fights, as far as I
maybe
before.
maybe he made some bad picks into the stocks, and that's what the Madden curse did. I mean, we got to figure a way to keep the Madden curse alive. I mean, we can figure it. Maybe a relative has died, and we blame Madden on that.
Now, before Tex gets to his predictions, I want to take a minute to shout out more people in the chat. We have JSP who came in. Flame Legend showed up. It's a Rushin Chu. I haven't seen him in a little while. It's up to a Ru. And so we have a few more people coming in. So feel free to leave you guys' predictions in the chat as to who you think makes the playoffs and the Super Bowl, who you think wins it all. Tex, we haven't heard from you. You're probably the biggest expert on this panel about football talk this year. So give us your thoughts.
Well, whenever I did this breakdown, I didn't go this X team was going to win how many games or whatever. I went by divisional winners and wild card participants.
Right.
So I'll start with the AFC. In the North, I've got Cincinnati taking the division. I think the Bengals are too good. You've got Joe Burrow with so many weapons. I think the North, I think obviously it's going to be between them and Baltimore, but I think I know they're better than Baltimore. In the AFC South, one of the, like Rose said earlier, one of the worst divisions in football. The Jags take it, but it's not going to be much of a competition when you've got the Houston Texans.
That's why I said the AFC South looks really fucking sad.
Oh no, the AFC South sucks. The East is going to be a hard fought battle. You've got Bills, Jets. That's going to be fun to watch. But I've got Bills winning the division, and by a lot.
Honestly,
I think this is the Bills. But
I'm sorry to cut you off. I was saying, but honestly, I know obviously these are your picks, and I'm not trying to sway you in any way. But as scrappy as the Dolphins went out last year, I don't think you can rule them out as at least a sleeper team that could possibly pull something off if they stay healthy this year.
It's not that I'm ruling out the Dolphins. I think the Bills are that much better than they are. Not taking anything away from Miami. I know Tua is good, but that whole health.
He was not healthy. Yeah, he was not healthy last year. So who knows with him?
I don't think he'll have much of an NFL career, to be honest with you. I think once Tua gets one good hit on him, we're really going to see what he's working at. So I think the Bills win the East by a lot. The West obviously is going to the Chiefs. Nobody in their division, the Raiders and none of them ain't going to beat the freaking Chiefs. Now, wild cards from the AFC, I've got Baltimore, I've got the Jets, I've got the Tennessee Titans. The Titans I think they're going to surprise some people this year. I think the Jets get in honestly because for as many powerhouse teams in the AFC as there are, they do have some firepower, and the Jets had a heck of a defense last year that I think carries them to a wild card spot. But my top wild card team is going to be Baltimore because they've got Jackson back. They do have a lot of weapons. Assuming Jackson can stay healthy, I think Baltimore makes it to the wild card spot. Now in the NFC, the North, I've got the Vikings taking it. I mean, the Vikings won 13 games last year. They have a hell of a football team. I have no doubt in saying that they trounced Detroit and everybody else in their division and make examples, especially out of Green Bay this year. The South, I'm going to go with Atlanta. Atlanta just drafted the running back out of Texas, Robinson, and he's a heck of a running back. And I'm a hardcore Aggie. If I'm giving credit to a Texas Longhorn like B. John Robinson, that should tell you something. So I think Atlanta takes the South. The East, I'm going with Dallas. I think the NFC East is going to be the division to watch in the NFC Conference this year, just like it was last year. I think we're going to have a shootout between Dallas and Philadelphia like we have in the past. And I think it's going to come down to probably, the last weeks as it always does. But I really think Dallas is going to win the division because go back and look at Dak Prescott's record against the NFC East. He does very well against those teams. West, I've got the Niners winning. I know Frank's going to be happy about that. I don't think the Niners have any issue at all conquering their division. Now, the wild cards, I've got the Giants making it at the lowest. The Lions get in.
I don't know about the Giants. Your picks, I'm just saying. I don't know about that one.
I think the Giants, they've got Saquon Barkley. Dwayne Jones has something. I'm not sure what he has. I'm not saying the Giants are good, but considering 3 freaking wild card teams get in, somebody has to take that spot, and I think it's the Giants. I think the Lions get in, and the Eagles take the top wild card spot in the NFC. Divisional rounds, I didn't predict. Now, what I did predict was the Super Bowl, and I think it comes down to the San Francisco 49ers against the Buffalo Bills, and I believe the Bills win the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be a fun game, a shootout kind of game, and I think Buffalo finally gets their trophy. I really and truly do.
So what do you think of what TSS said? He says the NFC South is actually the worst division in the league.
And yes, the NFC South is not good, which is another reason why I think the Falcons take it. Because if you go look at the running back crew that Atlanta's working with this year, they've got a bunch of workhorses, man. So I really believe that Atlanta can win that division with little to no problem, honestly. I mean, who are they playing? New Orleans and Tampa. I mean, it's not like they've got a lot of competition. So I think Atlanta will win that. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it's going to be a fun season. I'm really looking forward to it. The AFC is much better than the NFC is. The AFC's got so many good teams. You could take 2 or 3 teams out of the AFC, put them over in the NFC, and they'd win the whole thing. I truly believe that as well. But I think it's going to be a fun season. I'm looking forward to it. I've missed football. I found, obviously the preseason game started this past weekend. I was like a kid in the candy store getting to watch football again. I was like, oh my God, this is great. Something that's not the USFL, that's actually football. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's been good. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, everybody watching, y'all post your thoughts down below. Let us know who your division, who wins the divisions, and give us your Super Bowl picks. We'll make it simple the way I did it.
I got a serious question for Tex. How do you think about the USFL? I'm just curious.